guys.
I know, surprise. We're alive.
It's been a while. I know. I feel bad.
We're not dead. I know. I've kind of like been trying to like leave like little trickles of like information on our Instagram. Like, we're still here. We're
doing okay. We're just stressed.
I know. I think that's like, though, every mom at some point where it's like you can't even reply to the group chat. You know what I mean? Like, I'll see shit and I'll be like,
Anyways, I had to post on my Snapchat today and I was like, guys, I'm not mad at anybody. I'm just so unbelievably busy. Like, real estate has started picking up. My side job has picked up.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I'm moving.
Yeah.
Like, I have to pick up me and 2 kids, everything in this massive house. And I'm just like, I don't even have a truck. Like, it's just,
it's a lot.
It's been a lot.
So we thought we would catch you guys up and just kind of what's been going on and where we're at. So like Brittany said, I feel like you have a lot fucking more going on. I don't even know how you're doing it. I'm
trying my best.
When do you need me to take the kids? Like, how can I help?
And I was like, please, Friday, I have a closing and I don't have anybody to watch them.
but that's also what I love, like, about just the community of women that we have. It's like, where can I help? Where can I support? If I can do it, I will do it. Like, whether it's bringing a meal or just whatever, watching the kids, like, whatever the fuck. Just...
Yeah, like when I know she's going to be in office on a recording day, I'm like, I got dinner then. Like, let me do dinner.
Even to the other day when I was hella stressed out. So Brittany has been dealing with moving, which has been a lot. It
was a quick move, a really quick move.
2 garage sales.
Yeah. So it was like I had 2 weeks to like pack up all of our stuff again.
Yes.
And like get it out.
And it's just you.
Just me.
It's just you.
Girl, and up and down them stairs be killing me.
When we got
it's like, you have done 7 miles today and it's 4 p.m. I'm like, God.
Your legs are like, we're tired of this, Grandpa.
Oh, yeah. They're definitely like cringing by the end of the day. I'm like, and I want to take a bath, but I'm too tired. I'm like, I'll sleep instead.
I know. Do you ever fall asleep just like disgusting in your clothes? Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just be at the end of my bed, like, at least I'm not on my pillow.
Yeah. That was like me just the last week where, like I said, you've had the moving, real estate's picking up, which I'm so fucking happy for you, because I'm like, it's always like, I'll say this, like, if you're in my inner circle, if you're my friend, whether you're religious or not, I'll always have my morning prayers and I'll pray for my friends. I pray for my family. So I'm just like,
I do at night before I go
I'm like,
to bed.
God, I know it's gonna work out. Like, I trust you.
Be with my bitches. They're the best.
Yeah, literally. I'm like, thank you for the people I have in my life.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's going to work out. And then, like you said, your side job's been picking up, which I'm like, I don't even know. And then you got the kids. I'm like, Lord, you were like, yeah, Lynn has choir practice. I'm like, okay, I'll see you.
Yeah, like I had to pick up one at 3:20, the next one at 4:20, make dinner. Like,
get your ass over here.
Yeah, come over here. I was like, so it's always just a process. But when people are like, oh my God, what? I'm like, dude, I guess I'm just so used to it. Like, I've been a single parent for like years. So it just doesn't bother me.
Yeah. I guess I feel like we're always like in that fight or flight. We're always on the go. We're always like, we have to make it happen because there's nobody else.
Yeah, literally. And I'm like, if I'm not the one waking up at 6 in the morning, my kids are not waking up for school. Like,
right.
It's either me or nothing. Like,
damn. That shit's scary though.
It is. It has me waking up probably at least 3 times between midnight and 6. Because I'm like, did I skip my alarm? Like, my brain is just like, whoa, what?
There's so much going on.
Yeah.
And I know we joke about it and we try to talk a lot about like mom's mental health, women's mental health, and the support. But sometimes that means like stepping away, like taking a break. I know we took 2 weeks away from the podcast, but it was needed. That's why I posted the thing about like, I hate that, and I think that's even to like an older generation thing where like I would hear my grandma when she was around, and my mom would be like, "Oh, well, you just got to make lemonade out of lemons." I'm like, I
don't fucking want to right now.
And I think
those lemons could rot in the corner at this point.
They can just be sour. Like, so that's what I'm saying. There's like this almost like association with like, I think it's toxic, like toxic, constant positivity.
It is, because we both heavily agreed. Like 2 weeks ago, Eddie could just not. And then last week, I just could not. Yeah. So we were like, sorry, it's twice in a row, but like, I mean, sometimes that happens. And we try to re-coordinate, but like between her work schedule and school, mine and school, or not school, but like my kids' school and having to be there at a certain time, like we're just like, dude, why even fight it? Like, let's just
Right.
admit we couldn't do it for those
And
2 weeks
that's
and come
okay.
back. Yeah. But we can come back.
Right.
Like, that's okay.
But and see, that's what I'm saying. The pressure that's on moms and women today to fix
Always
it right then,
follow through.
fix it, respond to every email, respond to every
Mm-mm.
text, go to every family function or group event. It's like it's too much. Like Brittany's right. 2 weeks ago, guys, we were supposed to film. Brittany showed up at my house. And I pulled like that Kim Kardashian meme where she's like, hey, is everything okay? And she's like, yeah, things are great, but can you talk? That was me. I called her. She's like 5 minutes from my house. And I had a very Q4 for me. I love my job. Q4 is the most stressful time of year. Any time that I've been in insurance and the financial side. And both of them, Q4 just is fucking rough. Like there's no way about it.
Well, then what makes it worse for y'all is people are quitting because it's too rough. And then so it puts more work on the people who are like, well, I don't have any other choice. I have to fucking work.
This
like,
is it. Yeah, I don't have
a spouse like that's going to pay my bills. Like, so I don't have shit to set back on.
Nope. I'm here. I'm here for the long, like I cannot just up and go.
Yeah, no.
Right. And if someone has the ability, luxury, good for them, but I don't have that luxury. I don't have that ability.
I don't either.
So I'm inundated with emails. I'm working. I'm not eating throughout the day, which Brittany was like, I'll make food. And I was like, no.
I'm making breakfast for dinner.
Yes. But I remember I was like, I'll make soup. And I was going to make this homemade loaded baked potato soup with like broccoli.
You did make it,
and
though.
I did, but I burnt the shit out of it.
But she like homemade chopped up literally fucking everything.
I did.
And then whenever I got here and she was just like, can you just help me for a second? I was like, that smells burnt.
I know. I was making homemade croutons. I know. That's what
pissed you off even
that's
more.
What set it over the edge.
You were just like,
I didn't even clean up the soup.
Oh yeah,
I was like,
we left it.
Yeah, I was like, fuck it all. I'm like, let's just go. But I was so done with. I was like at a breaking point of just having to follow through, like you said, on every single thing, and it all comes on my shoulders, and I cracked. And I honestly, the tears, the crying, all of that, like, I don't know what I would have done if you didn't show up. I honestly don't.
Yeah, and it was so crazy because I was about to text her and be like, hey, boo, I'm about to be there in 5. And she calls me. She's like, hey. I was like, oh, my God, what's wrong? Who did it? Who are we fighting? I was like, what happened now? And she's just like, I just want to come over. I'm like, that's fine. Just come over. Like, I'll come. I'm still coming to your house. Let's pack up your shit. Let's go.
And that's why, like, even in our friend group, we always joke, like, come as you are. But it's truly, that's how we are. Like,
yeah.
And I think that just has to exist more for moms, for friends who lean on support, or when we've had, episodes where it's like you're looking to make new mom friends. That should always be a key identifier that you're surrounded by a good group of women, is that no matter what, you can come at your best, because they know I'll come at my best. Like, I'll show up early for the kids' stuff if I can. I'll be
and
there.
then late the next day.
And then late the next day because I'm tired from
she
the
was
first
super
day.
early one day and then late as hell the next day. We were like, bro, we don't put it past you. Fuck it. Like, at least you're showing up.
And I'm showing
You're
up.
showing up.
I'll show up. But then there's times where I come, guys, like I was crying. I hadn't showered. I was still in my pajamas. I just got through the workday. I was sweating for some reason. Like, I came as my worst version, and you were like, I still love you. I'm still receiving you. No need to apologize. Get your sweaty, nasty, stinky self. Get your kids.
I know. It's like, go shower.
And you're like, go shower.
I'm making food.
She made food. And I was still hovering in her kitchen, like, what can I do? She was like, you can sit the fuck down.
I was like, if you don't get the fuck out of my face. I was like, not because I don't love you, but just relax. Just for 1 second.
I couldn't. I was like on hyper alert.
She's like, you want me to stir anything? I'm like, no.
I'm like, can I flip a pancake? You're like, no.
And she's like, are you sure? I'm like, it's not even bubbling yet. Leave it.
It's not. Stop it. I was like, okay. But yeah, I think, just in those times, like I said, it was hard. I was trying to make lemonade in that moment. I'm still trying to make the homemade soup. And like Brittany said, I make my shit from scratch.
Yeah, everything.
Make the homemade croutons, like cutting the French bread, spraying it down, popping it in the oven so we could have it, shredding fresh block cheese for the soup. Like
the bacon bits, the homemade bacon bits. I was like, oh, I was so ready.
All of it. And Brittany was in that point, like, you're not going to make lemonade today.
No. Mm-mm.
You're
I
just
was like,
not.
let's just go to my house.
Yeah, you have no sugar and no water. You just have lemons. You're going to have to fucking
It's
deal
just
with it.
sour. So
It's
like
just,
tomorrow's a brand new day. But then she woke up the next day and she was just like, she showered, she got ready, she like blow dried her hair. She was like, okay, I think I might even go to the gym. I was like, what? I was like, hell yeah, bitch, here's a breakfast taco. Get yourself going. And a Dr. Pepper. Yeah, and then I was like, here's Dr. Pepper's. There you go.
And
have a great day.
We killed like, but it's not, but that's what I'm saying. Like as single moms too, we don't have that every day.
Yeah, so when you get it.
God, I'm so,
bro.
That's what even too, like, you know,
That's
when
the
I
best.
get help, really like someone who's really trying to show up, whether it's from y'all or even like my first son's dad came in, you know what I mean?
He's in there helping your sister build her desks right now. I was like, that's so nice of you.
I'm just going to appreciate it. I have to at some point put it down because it's too heavy. And when us as moms are like, oh no, I can carry it. Oh no, I can carry it. Oh, I can carry it. And before you know it, we are like,
you're like weighed down.
Yeah, we're like hunched over, like you cannot carry it all. I don't know what it is. It's a moth.
It's a little baby moth.
But you can't carry it all.
And I've realized that probably over like the last like 3 or 4 months. I was just like, you know what? Sometimes it's okay to be like, yes, actually, I do need X, Y, and Z.
Let me help you.
Yes.
Like even after the garage sale, that's why when you were like, I want to shower, I want to take me and Star, we did a garage sale because me and Star have way too much shit. And she was trying to get rid of shit from moving. We actually left with some of Brittany's old shit. I was like, this was the opposite of our plan.
I was like, take it to Goodwill. You're like, nah,
yeah, after
we'll
I rummaged through it. Right, but I did still go to Goodwill, but she was like, oh, I want to shower, I want to take a nap. Like you had come from, you know, trying to figure out arrangements with the dogs. And then, you know, you did the garage sale the day before. And then like your friend was showing up to move her stuff. And then it was like, you had a play date. I'm like, no one's coming, Brittany.
I like jam-pack my days.
Yes, same. And I was like, go upstairs, shower.
I know, I showered, then I took a 30-minute nap. I was like, okay. And then I woke up and I came back down. I was like, y'all are still here? I was like, I thought y'all said you were. And I felt so bad that I had left y'all.
No, you're fine. It's because we had to show up at the last minute for Star's like yard art shit.
Hispanic church doesn't get out till 11:30, 12 o'clock.
She was actually not from here, but she saw one of the Facebook postings and Star's yard art with like the chickens and all that. And she brought all that shit.
Oh, nice.
And we were just pretty much giving it to her. She was like, how much for the chicken chandelier? We were like, $5, I don't know, $3.
Just take it out of my face.
Yeah, I was like, because even when I jam-packed my car with the shit to Goodwill, and I think I still had to leave the water slides and tubes.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, it's fine. I'll take it to Goodwill.
Well, the good thing is I didn't know Goodwill back in the day. You had to like actually go around the back, wait for somebody. The one in Kyle's a drive-through. I was like, this is nice.
The one by my grandma's house in Austin, where she's always like, "This is for Goodwill," and I'll take it. It's literally you just pull up. They come out to your car. Yeah. They're like, "Which boxes?" And they pull it, and you're good. Yes. They're like, "Do you want a tax receipt or whatever?" Like,
like for the write-off.
I'm like, nah. I'm like, just take it. It's my grandma's.
Not for me that.
Really? They do in Austin like a motherfucker.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm annoyed.
But the only bad thing is they always get people that like drop stuff off after they close, and all the homeless people come and rummage through it and leave like a huge mess.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's the nature of things. Like I remember I used to work by a Starbucks where their old policy, I don't know what they do with it now, but back in the day, if like the pastries were a day or so old, they would just bag them up and throw them out. And it was right next door to where I used to work. And like the landlord came and was like, hey, how many times a week do you see homeless just rummaging through the trash can out there? I'm like, at least 2 to 3 times a week, because that's how often they throw out their bagels and muffins. And I don't know what he told them. But
why not give it to the shelters and shit?
I think Starbucks has since changed their policy. This was back in like 2014, 2015 when I worked for the cash store. We were right next to them. And it was like hard because like, I mean, obviously it's a day-old bagel. I would eat it. I'm like...
I mean, the milk that I pulled out the fridge this morning said the 22nd, and today's what, the 29th?
It's so...
And I was like, it's so good. Gave it to both the kids. They didn't say shit. They were like... My mom would be like, oh my God, that's 7 days old. My dad's like, put some water in it, stir it up a little bit. He's from the country as hell. Yeah. My dad's like, we're going to make more milk, actually, because I don't got $5 to buy a new one.
Yeah. No, absolutely not. In this economy, better put some water in it.
I was like, whenever I grew up and I had cereal with like actual milk and not watery milk,
Oh yeah.
my whole life changed. I was like, oh my God.
I remember one
My
time
dad literally, we'd have like this much left in the gallon. He'd fill that bitch up with water and just shake it.
one of my friends didn't know that powder milk was a thing. Because we
Oh,
always got
oh
from
yeah,
the
my
food banks
grandma, my
growing
great
up.
grandma loved that.
Right, food banks, food pantry. So you would get a
Mm-hmm.
cold glass of water, and we only had tap, so I would like get a
Mm-hmm.
tap glass of water, put it in the fridge, be like, "No one touch this fucking water,"
I
because
need
I'm
it to
gonna
be
make
actually
milk.
cold.
I'm gonna make milk later with it, and I would stir in that shit. And one of my friends was like, "Powdered milk." I was like, "Yeah, girl." I was like, "I might even buy it. Like going forward, it's just cheaper." And it's just, you know what? I had some
And you
when
can keep it in the
Snowmageddon
pantry.
hit.
I was about to say, you can keep it in the pantry.
When Snowmageddon hit, I
Yep.
had potted meats, I had spam, I had powdered milk. I was like, we are fine.
You're basically from Hawaii. Girl, in Hawaii, they have their spam locked.
Yeah,
Did you see that shit? When
yes.
I went to I was like, Dad, we're at Walmart. I
And
was
they
like,
got
usually
all
the
different
condoms
things.
and the makeup are locked up. He's like, nah, that's the spam here. It's a treasure. I'm like, shit, Dad, start getting it imported.
Yeah,
Sell that shit on the side.
They have like Tabasco flavor and stuff, but yeah, I'm like, we grew up that way. And I think too, like, that was my biggest thing is like, I always, whenever things get that hard, like, you know, when we've just had our shit going on for the last 2 weeks, my childhood wasn't the best. I don't want, bless you. Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you.
What'd you do last time? Didn't you like burp and sneeze at the same time?
Yes.
And it came out so weird.
I
was like,
only sneezed that one time, and that's so crazy. I never sneezed less than 7 times, and that was the only first time. But it's because I burped at the same time.
yeah,
So
I was like,
what?
your body was like, we're gonna shut it
Reminds
down.
me of Grown Ups whenever he's like, all you have to do is fart and you're gonna die at the same time. Like when you do all 3 at the same time, you're gonna die.
Implode.
Yeah.
But like, I just don't want my kids to have a repeat of. There's a lot of good things that came from my childhood. I think my frugalness is one, just like my scrappiness, my ability to be gritty. But there's some things where, that's what I was telling Brittany, like when I had that rough day that I don't want to come over into my children's childhood from mine. And it was being a partner to me. Because I watched Cam as he watched me like break down. I mean, Jed is young and doesn't know what's going on, but Cam does. And he was like, "Mom, are you okay?" And I was like, just having a horrible, like, I couldn't
like,
even
Mom,
talk.
have you eaten? Mom, blah, blah,
Yes.
blah. And she's like, I feel so bad because he's like my spouse. I was like, no, he's not. He
That's
is
how
your
it
son that
felt.
you have raised, and he cares about you. Like, he's being genuine.
I very much feel like just guilt, I think, around me having those rough days, and Cam
But
being
why are you
inclined.
not allowed to have a rough day?
I
I don't, like, we put it on ourselves, like, oh, I have to be immediately perfect. But, like, last night, I snapped on the kids because I'm packing up everything on my own, and I had just unpacked everything 4 months ago.
right.
So I was just like, okay, hey, like, Harper, grab this and this. And she instead threw it down the stairs. And it
Harper.
spilled all down the stairs. And she's just like, she just left it. And I'm like, dude, I asked you to help me with one thing, and I've been busting ass all day. And she's just like, I've been at school all day. I don't feel. I'm like, I don't give a shit what you feel.
No.
I was like, pick that up. It goes in your room and put it together. And I was just like, I feel so bad, like, for snapping on her. But I was just like, you can help me with just one.
One thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I also shouldn't feel bad for snapping because I'm like, they need respect. Like,
They need
you've got to respect your mom and realize
Right.
she's doing. I was like, guys, you have to realize I'm doing everything on my own.
Right.
Like,
And I'm not putting
everything.
anything. That's what's crazy to me. I tell Camden too, because I also snapped.
We're
on
not putting
him last-
adult shit on them.
No,
We're not
and
like,
I
you
was-
need to be cooking dinner. You need
I
to
was
be...
giving adult shit.
Oh, I was too, girl. I was like, with me and Christine being the oldest and there being a almost 6-year age gap between me and the next one, we were kind of just like, we learned how to make mac and cheese,
Oh, same.
nuggets, grilled cheese, everything easy. We could make it by the time we were 11.
Same. I could
Yeah.
cook. I knew how to wash clothes. I was responsible
Oh,
for
yeah.
homework, baths, everything by, I would say 10, 11.
Yeah. I was
And
about to say
on the
me too.
weekends, my mom was like, I am resting or working my side job. You clean the house. That is your job. Like when I helped Cam with chores, I'm like, dude, growing up, that was my job. Like my mom was like, you guys are responsible for this house being
Yeah,
clean.
I paid all the bills.
I pay the fucking bills.
Oh, yeah, girl. On our fridge, my parents had just our 4 names. And then I was just like, when I figured out there was dishwashers, right? I was like, hey, why don't we have a dishwasher? My mom goes, I got 4 of them. Pointed to all of us kids. We were like, fuck.
You're like, Susie next door has a dishwasher?
I was
Okay, well,
like,
good for her.
you know, Andrea next door had a dishwasher. I was like, Mom, they've got this fancy thing called a dishwasher. She was like, I got 4 of them. We're like, damn.
She's
But
like, as a
literally,
matter of fact, get
yeah,
to it.
every day we each would probably have like 2 or 3 things that you had to accomplish, whether it was taking care of the dogs, vacuuming and sweeping and mopping, prepping dinner. And if you didn't like put out the damn ground beef or the chicken, your ass was grass.
That was it. That was my mom.
So I figured out like really easy ways to like help that. I'm like, well, it is Texas. Just put that bitch out front for a little bit. I put it out front.
Not you with the blow dryer in the heat. An extension cord from the house all the way to
and then in middle school, I took the home ec classes and stuff. That lady was the most amazing. I wish I could remember exactly what her name is, but it started with a D, and I'm gonna have to look her up. But she taught me how to like balance a checkbook, apply or help your credit score, cook, like all that stuff. So whenever I started taking those classes in middle school, girl, I felt cool. I was like, Mom, I'm doing dinner. But I had been putting like ground beef and chicken to thaw in hot water. Girl, that is terrible. You'll get so sick because of the temperature, like super change. Yes. You're supposed to put it in cold water. I was like, oh, I probably killed almost everybody in my family already by now.
I had given Star and me food poisoning several times because
from chicken.
Shrimp was the first time. I didn't cook it all the way.
I don't eat shrimp.
I was like, pink enough. I guess. Looks good to me.
Oh, yeah.
We ate it, got sick instantly. Because we also just kind of made what was at the house. Like, there was no, when I go to the store, I'm like, guys, what do y'all want for the week? Like, what do we have meal plan? But I think that's where you know what? I think that's where us, especially as single moms, feeling the pressure to show up constantly, it just starts in our childhood, especially as older siblings.
Yeah.
We're showing up already. Our parents are telling us, hey, I need you to show up in this way because I'm relying on you. So we do. And it's nothing against them. That's just what they've seen.
That was their generation. But I don't do that to my kids at all. Same. Which I also kind of feel bad about because I'm like, look, sometimes they're lazy. But if I tell them, hey, I need your help with X, Y, and Z, they'll do it.
Right.
But they just don't automatically do it. You know what I mean?
Cam doesn't either, except when push comes to shove. Like that day, he was like on it.
Oh, yeah. He was getting his stuff together. He was like,
Mom, what can I help you with?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's what I think makes me emotional is like, I always say this.
He sees you.
He sees me. Oh, I'm going to cry right now. He sees me and I'm like, I always think to myself, the woman who marries my son, I'm going to be like, first of all, I'm never going to be a terrible mother-in-law and be like, you're my daughter. But secondly,
how's my son pissing you off?
You're welcome.
Is he being good to you?
You're welcome. I'm going to be like, this one comes pre-trained.
Because he can cook, he can clean, he can do laundry. I'm like,
he knows how to change a diaper. I'm going to be like, he knows how to do the car seat. Let me tell you, I always tell Cam, if in the future I'm in your home, I always stay in my lane because I understand and respect boundaries when he's an adult. But if your wife called me and says, I don't have any help.
Your ass is grass. No excuses whatsoever.
I'll be pulling up in your driveway and you'll be like, Mom, what are you doing here? Get in the my car. Daughter and my grandbabies until you can figure it the fuck out.
Yeah. I'm like, actually get in my car real quick. What the fuck is it? You want to lose that lady?
Yeah. That beautiful, wonderful lady who decided to take care of you.
Really?
I'm like, I think that's always like a good and bad. Like good because she'll always have a supportive mother-in-law. Bad because I'll be like,
we will rip ass.
I'm like, you will not.
Oh yeah,
you will not.
Absolutely,
because I know what it takes, and you know what it takes. You watch me as a single mom, so how you gonna just let her do all the laundry, do the trash, work a full-time job, take care of herself with the kids? Oh no, I couldn't.
I just think that that's also it's not a negative thing to be a single parent whatsoever. Like there is 75% of the world that does it.
Yeah,
but I think we also accidentally are giving our kids a leg up. Like if they're ever put in our situation where they're a single parent, especially if 2 kids like you and I both, they would figure it the fuck out just like we have. They would. Oh, yeah. They would be like, you know what? My mom did this. I'm gonna go guns blazing.
They're gritty,
and they would do it. Yeah,
they would.
And so I'm like, you know what? At the same time, I'm teaching you both. I'm teaching you stability, how to cook, how to clean, how to do all that stuff, how to take care of yourself. Always brush your teeth, shower every day. like all that jazz. But at the same time, if you had to take on shit by yourself, you could do it.
Right. I'll always be here.
Yeah.
I always
I
tell
will be
Cam,
here for sure.
if you
100%.
ever need
My
me, you
parents
just
have
come home.
never dipped. They have
Right.
always 100%, even at 34 years old. Like, they're still like, hey, do you need
See,
anything?
and
to
I've had
help
the
you?
opposite experience where it's always just been me and Star. We very much have each other's back.
Mhm.
But like my parents, I even told you the other day, I was like, if it came down to like me having my last dollar and I need groceries, you
I'll
guys
help
would
you.
know
I was like,
first.
come over. I got the next 4
I
days with
wouldn't even
meals.
think to
I
ask
got this.
my parents. And that's sad. But I think that's what puts me in a position with Cam where I'm like, I am here. I am your person. I am your support
I'm not
system.
going to leave.
I will never leave you, son.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, my
but
kids
if
know that
push
shit
came
too,
to
but
shove,
Lennon, well, then I don't have to leave until I'm married, right? I don't have to move out until I'm married.
you're like,
I'm like, bro, your girlfriend's gonna, or your wife is gonna want to live together
yeah. He's like,
before you get married. He was like, no, it'll be all right. I'm like,
he's like,
God damn it.
I'll talk to her about it.
Yeah,
We'll
he's
figure
like, it'll save us money if we both just live with you
I know.
until we get married,
Both of them
and
living
then
there.
we'll move out. I'm like, bro, how old are we talking? 28, maybe? I'm like,
How do I want to be? I
fudge.
want to fucking be gone. I wanna be- That's we
We're
always
trying
joke.
to
That's our
travel.
time.
That's why we had kids early.
Yeah. So
That's
we'd be
why
like, get the
at
fuck out.
45 plus, we're like, see you later. We're going to Cozumel.
Yeah, we're going on cruises. We're doing our shit. But I think it was good that we just caught up and caught everyone up and really just
We just needed a little. It wasn't even a break from this at all
it
because
was
we
just life.
love doing the podcast.
Yes.
It was just that by the time at the end of the day, it was already like 7 or 8 o'clock, and we're like, just like we can't just
Right.
keep doing this to ourselves.
And we
Like,
yes.
we need to go to bed.
And at some point, one of us, well, both of us, ended up for each other showing up and saying, "You're carrying a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and you naturally feel like you have to show up and do it all. But I love you as your friend, or you're telling me, Eddie, I love you as your friend. It's too much. It's too heavy. Put it down, girl.
Yeah.
Put something down."
I'm like, they'll forgive us for
Right.
missing out on 2 weeks. I'm sure every mom has been like, yo, I didn't finish that really important thing I was supposed to finish, and now I feel kind of bad about it. And I'm like, we both definitely felt like that. We were like, sorry, like, but I just can't do it. But at the end of the day, we were like, you know what? We'll just come back stronger
Right. We'll come back stronger. Not only
because we
that,
took that time.
yeah. Give a message to a mom somewhere who's like, I can juggle it. Look, watch me do it.
It's okay if
Throw
you
in another
can't.
ball. No, it's okay if you
Mm.
can't. It's okay if you're juggling enough and you say, no, do not throw in another ball. I am at capacity.
Yeah.
This is as far as I go.
And that was 2 weeks ago for you. And then last week for me, I was
Yeah.
like, yo, between working a lot, doing a lot of packing and like, organizing and shit, figuring out where I'm going to go, like all that stuff. I was just like, I can't.
Yeah.
And I'm
I
not
wouldn't
willing
want
to
you
say I can. Yeah. But that's where we've gotten really good is we're not like, hey, this is all or nothing. Like,
Right.
it's okay.
Because that's
This
a
is
true
for fun
friendship.
for us. We love doing this with each other and coming on here to share our lives with moms and ask y'all's opinions. But at the same time, like we are both, we both have other things going on. And so,
Right.
but this is our fun. Like this is our
This is
out.
it. This
Yeah.
is our time.
This is our hobby.
It's our
Some
hobby.
people are like, Brittany, what's your hobby? I was like, well, I have a podcast.
Right.
Like, that's the only thing I do outside
But I
of
think just
anything else.
us being able, again, come as you are, show up as you are. I love you if you can or can't do something because of just who you are as a
And there's
person in my
nothing
life.
wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. That to me, when I find that in a relationship or a friendship, when someone's like, just be you. I love you. If you can't produce that this time, that's okay. Like you show up for me in so many other ways. That's fine. I'm like, yes.
Yeah. And see, I've had to let go of friends for things like that. It's like, how do I always show up for you whenever you're down? But like the one time I'm rarely ever down, it's an inconvenience.
You get an ass reaming
Oh,
because
yeah.
you didn't show up
It's
to a
like,
birthday
well,
party.
oh, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, but I'm always 100% every other place.
And that should be where your friendship
So-
or your partner
That's why they're not
actually
my friends
supports
anymore.
you more. Exactly.
Oh, yeah. I
Hey.
had let those people go, girl.
Like,
I was just like, you're not my true friend.
you don't need to show up. Like, that's when
Yeah.
you're like, leave the soup, Eddie. I'm like,
And I was like,
can't
leave it.
salvage
I was like, we'll get it later. We'll clean it up
I know.
later.
I left it. Star, I think she cleaned it up for me. I don't know, someone did because it was gone the next day. I was like, good.
Good. I didn't want to
Guys want to deal
deal
with
with
it.
that shit.
But we'll be on regularly. And
Yes.
you know what? If
Yeah.
we need to take a break again, we will because moms, that's what you need to do. Take a break
Do
when
you.
and where you can.
And it's the thing is that we're always doing for everybody else. So sometimes you have to think about your own mental health. 'Cause
Amen.
If you really don't, that's when I'm like at capacity and I'm like, oh damn, I have reacted really terrible like the last day or two, and that's not me.
Nope.
That's not me. So I need to take a step back, reiterate, talk it out, and then yeah.
And I think that'll kind of, on our next episode, what we had originally planned was that we were going to do an episode on moms just really coming to terms with who would you have been if you didn't become a mom. Obviously, being a mom is a huge accomplishment. It's one of the best
So
things
like, what
that's
would you
ever.
be doing right
What would you
now?
be doing? Who would you be? And I think sometimes that
Who would
conversation,
you
even
be doing?
internally, who would you? Amen. I'm like, I'd be an Italy bitch.
Me too.
I'm like that.
I'm like, those men are so fine. God. Ooh.
Just swipe left.
Choo!
Swipe left.
Everybody's like, me and Bali. I'm like,
Yeah. But I think having even those internal conversations with yourself, it's normal.
It really is, yeah, for sure.
So
And we want y'all to know that too.
we'll cover it next time.
Yeah,
We'll
sounds
kind of
good.
think of some ideas of who we would be, what we would be doing, or who we
I gotta make a list.
would be doing.
Oh
Oh God, I'm
Everybody.
scared.
Everybody.
I'm a little terrified. I'm like, no, you know what? I think I'd still pick Jonathan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Gay.
He would get. Watch it and be like, really?
He knows how I am, though. He knows that that's
how
one of
you
my.
are.
When people are really nice or really sweet, I'm like, go! Like I cannot be like, oh my god, that's so sweet. Like that's not me. But
Yeah.
so,
I'm like, in this fantasy world, it's just us and we can.
like, I met Brittany when I was 18. We didn't have any kids. We
Oh my
became
God.
friends, soulmates, and just traveled the world together.
We've
We're
been
like,
to India, Aruba, like all these places.
girl, we got like lip injections, tummy tuck. We got all kinds of shit. We're like, well, we don't need a tummy tuck if we would not.
Bitch, think of. See, she can't. She needs time to think about this.
I do. I gotta make a list.
She's so intertwined with like, I would have a tummy tuck. Why would you need a tummy
I
tuck?
wouldn't have needed a tummy.
Never had the
I
kid.
wouldn't have saggy tits if I wouldn't have breastfed
Oh
too.
my God, yeah. My boobs would be the
Bruh.
same size.
You still really have nice boobs.
Thank you. I look in the mirror and I'm always like, why are you so
Yeah,
sad?
I've seen the boobs, whatever. We've gone on a lot of vacations together.
Yeah.
It's really hard to be in 400 square foot with 3 other females and not see each other naked.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
almost
like,
impossible.
and also for me, I'm like a very, once I'm
yeah.
comfortable with
She's
you,
like,
I'm comfortable.
It was this big. Like,
It was not
swear to God. And I'm like, where are you putting that? I was like, holy shit. You're like, this must be 2 hours or whatever.
You know what?
No, the white one.
Oh, the one.
Girl, I was like, where does that go?
And like, it's like a corset
She's like,
top.
"That's fine." She's like, look, and I got titties everywhere. I'm like, all right, that just covers your nipples. I was like, girl, I gotta have full coverage. I'm like, I'm not
And
letting
that's-
anybody
that's
see
me.
shit.
With the kid having body, imagine if I never had kids.
Girl, you be a slow.
I'd be a stripper.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's probably me too.
All right, y'all. Now we're going on tangent. Till next
Like
time,
never
we'll
more.
have prepared list of those fantasy worlds.
Yeah, and then we'll let y'all share y'all's.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea.
Right?
All right. Y'all have a
Bye,
good
guys.
one. Bye.